Hey friends, this is the concept of Space Jam 2, and Gooby linked me to some amazing fan fiction, and I feel as though it's up to par to share with all of you. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you can listen to it as you're playing on the greatest server TF2 has ever known. Okay, so without further ado, this is chapter Didn't Know Nala Could Do That, as read by the concept of Space Jam 2. Hey kitty, I said to Nala, holding her in my arms. Nala purred, nuzzling my face. Her tail was warp around my legs. She was mewing happily as she nipped my ears. I pressed my tongue into Nala's muzzle, making her mew happily as she then grinned at me. Nala purred, rubbing her tongue over mine as we kissed. I chucked, scratching her ear, causing her tail to wag like a dog being pet. As we broke from our kiss, I looked into Nala's shining blue eyes with love. I was so lucky to be with Nala, and I was glad that we had some alone time for more private actions with each other. Anytime we kissed, where in the Pride Lands, and tried to have love time with each other, someone or something would interrupt us, much to my and Nala anger. But no, being alone time with the girl I loved in the world, there was no one here to interrupt me or Nala having some naughty fun together. Not so fast, my pet. We gotta do this slow. Nala broke from my kiss, getting up and walking around me like I was her prey. Nala smirk, her tail warp around my neck, so I could seeing her damp sweetly. So I could seeing her wet, damp, sweetly smelly pussy. I moved my head over to take a whiff, to smell her rose, smelly heat scent. I loved waking up with Nala being naughty and sitting on my face. When we woke up in our cave, I could give her a nice eating out as she gave my cock a good blowjob. I then pressed my tongue, pushing it through her pussy lips and into Nala pussy, making her gasp and moan in pleasure. Nala pet my head with her tail and then using it to press my tongue deeper into her pussy, as she was mewing happily, feeling my warm licks pressing against her pussy walls. Oh, love, deeper, Nala asked, me begging, as her tongue hanging out, as she then sat down on my face, rubbing her ass into my face as I answered to her request, pushing as much of my tongue I could deep into pussy, slowly to tease her, making her mew and twitch. Silva was dripping from her mouth as she moved her head down my pants, using her mouth as she ripped off my legs. Which then showing off my cock and it glory, as Nala bent down moaning from my licking and eating her out. Nala moaned as she was breathing my deep, human, musky scent, as she then ran her tongue down over my balls, making me moan and calling her name in pleasure as she panted from my licking. Nala purred as she gave my balls 4 long licks from my balls to my cock like a lollipop before she took my cock into her mouth, purring, moaning as she felt she was close to climaxing already. One thing she got from her mum was she climaxed quickly when she enjoyed it. Also, she could recover much quicker than other lions from sex. Nala began to breath her hot breath onto my cock. Damn, it felt so good when she gave me blowjobs. I then felt Nala taking my whole length into her mouth, which was licking preform my eating of her. Nala grinned happily as she used her sandpaper-like tongue up and down my cock as she brushed my cock head on the root of her mouth, making me shudder in pleasure. I then pressed my tongue into her womb, making Nala let out a playful roar as she began to climax, hard and heavy. Her juices flew into my mouth. I moaned in pleasure, and my cock sprayed my seed into her mouth, expounding, making her purr in pleasure. I guess as I climaxed quickly, as well from pleasure of a hot, sexy Nala. Smiley face. I felt Nala juices drenched my face as they were flowing out her pussy and onto the grass. I drank as much as I could drink from Nala climaxing pussy, drinking her pussy juices just like gold. As Nala purring got louder as she sucked my cock down, drinking my cum like milk down her throat. Down her thought. Sorry. Soon, we fells down. Nala moved her ass away, letting me see the light. As we panted deeply, as we took deep breaths in. Damn, that was fun. I moved over to Nala, snuggling in her warmth. As I felt her tongue clean my cock, I moaned to see her pussy still leaking out juices. Thank you, my love. That was fun. But I think I'm going to go and hunt soon. Nala purred, grooming my face. Okay, my love. So what are you going to hunt? I asked her, knowing she usually hunted than me because she was much a better hunter. Nala was about to something to me when she looked up as her ear twitched, as she snared, looking forward. I looked confused. What had Nala seen? What wrong, love? I asked her. Someone here. Come out now, Nara snared. I looked confused. What had she seen? It was until a male cheetah appeared, smirking hungry at me. Easy, girl. We can share your meal. That human, the cheetah said, looking at me hungry. Nala roared angrily, making the cheetah jump back. I was a bit scared, but glad to see Nala protecting me. He not food, he my mate. Lover, Nara snared, walking closer to the other cat baring her teeth. Mate, pfft. You lover a human that sick? You're a disgrace being with a human. Maybe I do our kind of favor and get rid of your lover, the cheetah snared, his long tail twitching behind him. I was about to run once I saw a cheetah set after me and dash, reaching his top speed. I was doomed, but before he could reach me, I saw a cream blur tackle the golden cheetah to the ground, seeing Nala pinning him down. Okay, I leave him alone. "No, just let me up." The male cheetah snared at Nala. I gasped, looking scarred, but then I was starting to calm down. But seeing Nala pinning the cat down, knowing I was safer than I was a few seconds ago. Nala then felt her stomach grumble as she was looking down at her stomach. She then looked at a cheetah and me, remembering what Cat had said about me. She then grinned evilly at the cat, knowing what she was thinking. As his struggling got more so he could get free, why was he so scared? All of a second, "Love, I'm going to show you a trick we lionesses can do to our prey," Nala purred with joy. I looked confused, thinking that Nala was going to kill the cheetah for food, but my mind was wondering, how was she going to show it? Nala then yawned deeply, opening her muzzle, what made my eyes go into shock. There was a click as Nala unhinged her jaw as she moved her much wider mouth, going over the whole male cat head and deep into her mouth. I gasped. She was eating the cheetah alive and whole. She was devouring him. I watched as Nala lifted her head up to gulp her food down her neck muzzle. As she winked at me, giving view her tail, rubbing her pussy, telling to mouth her. The cat mew as he struggled to pulling from his doom, but was going nowhere as Nala claws dug into his paws, making him scream in pure pain. I then walk over to Nala, seeing the male cheetah head bulge in her neck as it was being sent down to Nala's stomach, much to Nala's enjoyment from the sound of her purrs. Well, one thing, it was damn hot. See it happen. Seeing someone being sent down into Nala's stomach, it was sexy. I then climbed onto Nala, rubbing my wet cock onto Nala, sweet pussy, before thrusting my cock deep into her pussy, making Nala moan deeply. Nala grunted, but feeling the cheetah scrape his claw on her body as she gulped after gulp, licking over the cheetah fur, making his fur damp from her licking. From her tongue, Nala was in pure bliss, having a big meal and getting fucked by her mate. What more could she ask for? Nala moaned, purring, feeling more cheetah meat going down her neck as she rubbed her neck with a free paw. Only half of the cheetah body was now left out, as it was struggling to get away as Nala licked over the spotted golden fur before lifting her neck and sending the cheetah further into her stomach. As the screams of the cheetah, which made it more nicer for Nala, as she was loving it, sending her prey down head first. Nala pressed his front paws into her muzzle, sucking them as she lifting her neck, gulping them down. As I felt my arms on her neck, as I rubbed her neck, getting an happy purr from Nala, letting me see her food go down her. That it, my love. Send your meal to your stomach. I want to feel him squirming in you, I said to her. Nala purred, pushing her tail down on my bum and pushing me further into her pussy. Nala gasped, moaning deeply, feeling my cock thrust hard and so deep and heavy, invading her womb. Nala grinned after a few moments as her squirming meal got sent further down. With only the cheetah tail, No was outside before. One large belch and burp as she sucked his tail into her stomach, as with a splash, he fell into Nala's stomach acid. I giggled, warping my body around her as I thrusted my cock hard up and down her pussy. As Nala let out a roar as she climaxed from her meal, and my cock drip cum from her as I shouted cummings hard in her womb, filling Nala womb with my seed as I collapsed onto Nala. Since Nala belly had bulged from her large cheetah meal, it was 3 times its normal size. As I listened, sound of digestion, sound which was loud in Nala's stomach, as the cheetah's scream of terror in Nala's stomach, of him being digested alive. I panted, still filling Nala womb with seed, as I listened to Nala meal being digested. That was a cool trick you can do, Nala. You wouldn't do that to me, I said, worried, thinking about it. Your cheetah, my fave, was good, and I never would, my love, Nala purred, filling her womb filled with my seed. Good. Well, I'm sleepy. We better get some sleep. Plus, you need to digest your meal, I laughed. Nala laughed, nodding her head, before speeding out, rubbing her large cheetah-filled belly. As she fell asleep, soon Phalo by me, the male cheetah screamed, but soon lost his fight to live, as his body soon was being turned to poo and food for Nala. 3 days later. It had been 3 days for Nala meal to be digested of what was the male cheetah. Nala then grinned, filling smell of sulfate farts coming out of her ass. As she was standing above my face, Nala grunted as she began to pee, letting out a gold stream on my face to wake me up. I said out, but moaning, before opening my mouth to take Nala's sweet gold piss into my mouth, as the smelly of her cheesy farts were in the air. Morning, love, Nala purred, grunting as she opened her ass hole, which was on my mouth. Morning, I moaned, licking Nala ass crack, licking the soft brown poo of what was the cheetah. I moaned, opening my mouth, as Nala let out a rip old cheese fart, making me gasp and moan in pleasure, as her golden stream hitting my face, marking me as her loo. I then watched Nala pushing out her first log of poo being pushed into my mouth, which I happily took into my mouth and chewed, turning my teeth brown from Nala waste. I moaned, loving being aloof for her on Simba or the others, since Simba found out about the scat play we did. A wired Simba was more sub as me, which to Zira and Sarabi had a fun with him, as I mainly would be crapping in his mane. Nala grunted and purred as she let out one long mint cheesy fart, which I moaned in pure happiness, filling Nala pump log after log of soft cream scat into my mouth, which I grinned up and burping from my meal, as Nala moved her ass hole re-open, letting out liquid poo out of her ass and over my stomach, and rained egg farts while caking me in her shit, to my legs, balls, and feet, before letting one last long, which landed on my stomach, which she sat on to rub it, to cake her ass brown, before walking over and sitting on my face, rubbing it on me. Nala let out a huge smelly cheese fart as she was sitting on me, making sure I stank very bad. Oh, Nala, thanks for the cheetah meal, I chuckled. No problems, loved. Nala purred, smiling down, sighing happily as she was rubbing her stomach. The end. View and rate, smiley face.